Hello guys, it's Euro Santana here from Arc Addict, guys, and today I have a very special guest with me. I got my boy Rico from TheWeldLab. He's gonna be showing you guys how to get it down on some 6010 and 7018. So please stay tuned for some amazing welding content here in Arc Addict.
But today I'm gonna do some 8-inch heavy wall, some 6010 downhill. We're gonna fill it up with 7018. Quality and production is a major thing when you get to these jobs, and you have to know how to do this the right way to get more job security. So let's get to it. Okay, for this procedure, I'm gonna use a 332 landing on here. This is factory cut, but I'm noticing it's kind of beveled on the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. I'm also gonna be using a saw blade for my gap. If you don't have one of these saw blades, 332 rod TIG wire will do it. I'm gonna also be using my VISE lens today. Check it out. So I'm also be using the Eastwood welding machine. I never ran one of these yet. I'm usually running my SA200, but I'm gonna be using this so you can see how many amps I'm running. So I'm gonna start up with 75 and I'm gonna tweak it as I go. As we keep welding, we might have to turn it up a little bit more, but we'll find out. You always wanna make sure you got a good fit before you start welding. Make sure you don't got no high-low inside the pipe. It's really important, that can mess you up. I'm only gonna use 2 tacks, one at 12 and one at 6, and that should do it. I'm gonna do my first tack. I'm gonna do about 1 inch. Like I said, I got it on 75. I'm gonna have to go up a little bit more. I'm gonna see how it feels first. You know, you always wanna be colder if you don't know the heats of the machine than hotter. You don't wanna blow through and mess that up. It's always good to be colder.
So far, the machine feels pretty good. I think I'm gonna go up about 5 more. We are burning heavy welding. You usually need more heat whenever you do these heavy weld pipe.
Okay, I got my tacks in there. Now I'm about to feather them up. Like I said, 2 tacks. And I have a bigger gap on this side, so I'm gonna try to fix that. And I'll probably start with this side and carry on down. Hey, I got my pipe tacked up. I'm ready to weld. This gap was a little close on this side, so I had to open it up with my wedge. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on this side. Whenever this wedge falls off, I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the other side and then start hitting that side up.
Whenever I start welding, I like to start behind my tack, maybe 1/2 inch out, then I just dig into it. The gap's a little big, so I gotta play with it. Going down, then coming back up. I'm slowly regaining control of this puddle. And there it is. I finally got full control. I'm gonna wiggle it a little bit. As you can see, it's getting tighter. The reason why I'm wiggling it is because it's gonna open my keyhole up, so you don't have to stop and turn the machine up. Just keep wiggling it up. Watch how the keyhole opens up.
Hey, I'm about to do my last quarter. I like to hold my rod like this simply because it's just comfortable for me. It's always what's comfortable for you. I like to grab it right here and just calm down with it.
Once again, wiggling. Like I said, if you need more heat, wiggle that rod. Nope, break those bevels. Whenever you break the bevels, you'll see your keyhole start opening up. So keep wiggling it on down. If you got good heat and a good gap, it just slides right in there, man. You can just do it with one hand. You just ride that bevel. Keep riding that bevel. I'm gonna put my hand on the pipe. Help me get a little bit more stability as I'm coming down. Just keep on traveling. While to tie in.
Okay, I did my root. Now I'm about to grind the bead. I'm using a 1/8 disc. Don't use nothing bigger than 1/8 because you will mess up the bevels and you want to have a nice clean grind. The way I grind is, as I'm grinding, I travel down, hitting the left wall, I come up, then I switch over and hit the right wall. And that way you don't dig too much into the wall. So remember, 1/8 disc to grind. Okay, I grinded my bead. This is how clean you want it to make it look like. If you're new, make sure you don't have no trails on it or any of that. It's pretty much how you want to keep it. There's one thing I want to show y'all that I messed up right here. I got a little hole right here, which is, it happens. I'm gonna show you how to fix it. As you can see, it didn't tie in. So it's pretty simple. You grind it down, then you go back to your machine. You can do the same process and just go all the way down until you tie in.
Start from the back. Keep pushing that rod in. And there you go. You're gonna hear that noise. Just keep pushing it down. Okay, tie it in.
All right, I did my root already. I'm about to do my hot pass. I'm not too familiar with this machine because I usually run in the SA200. On the SA200s, you don't have the amps. But I'm guessing I'll be running about 135. See how it feels. If it's too hot or too cold, I'll work with it. My hot pass started at 135. It felt pretty good. But I decided to go to up 10. So I'm running at 145 amps. Whenever you do the hot pass, you want to scoop down and scoop back up. Throw that metal up there. You don't want to stay too long on one spot because you will bust through since you're running so hot. So the technique, like I'm doing now, is scoot down and throw the metal back up, come down, throw it back up. I did my hot pass. Like as I was explaining to you, when you go down, throw it up, down, throw it up, down, throw it up. Make sure you wet those walls up as you're going. You don't want to catch the left side wall. If you catch the left side wall, you might get like a fusion. So just come down, scoot up, come down, scoot up. It's kind of what you want your hot pass to look like. I'm gonna go ahead and do one more 60-10 downhill. Okay, I did my 2 hot passes. For this video, instructional video, I'm gonna just fill and cap this side, and I'm gonna stagger my stop and start so you can see how much metal I'm throwing in there. I'm not sure of how hot I need to run, simply, but I'm gonna start at 120. Usually when you do 70-18, you might wanna throw it colder. When you're at the bottom at 6 o'clock, it's usually colder. And as you come in about halfway, then you can crank it up to about 130, 135, and fill it all the way up. So, like I said, we're gonna try it at 120, see how it feels.
Whenever you're doing 70-18, you can climb up on the walls a little bit so you can stack that metal. Right now it's feeling kind of hot, so I'm gonna have to play with it, go on the bevels. I should turn the machine down 5, but I really don't want to stop, so I'm gonna keep on playing with the metal.
I stopped there because, as you can see, it's digging way too much in there, and whenever you do that, you get bust through. If you get that gut feeling, guys, make sure you stop, because you'd rather stop than have to fix a hole in your root.
Oh yeah, that feels way better. I feel like I have more control of my fill, and it's not digging as much. Usually whenever you do 70-18, the hardest part is from 6 to about 9, man, and it's really critical simply because you're adjusting the heats. So if you're trying 1/8, I think 115 is a good start. But after we do this fill, we should be able to crank the machine, and this should be able to be better at 120 for my next fill. All I'm doing is zigzagging, left to right. I think I pause slightly on the walls, maybe 1 Mississippi if you want to understand a little bit more about how much I'm pausing. 1 Mississippi, crossover, 1 Mississippi, crossover.
I'm about halfway now. As you can see, it's cherry red right now. It's still good heat though. But once you get past this halfway mark, you can actually crank the machine up
to about 135, depending on how fast you weld. I'm gonna go ahead and crank it. I'm gonna go up 10, see how it feels, to 125, and see how hot it is. My first fill filled up pretty good. Probably do one more eighth to flush it out. But this what you want it to look like. You know, I don't have no drips. Everything looks pretty uniform. For my next fill, I'm gonna stop about right here so you can kind of see how much metal I'm stacking in there. You know, you always want to have good practice of stacking metal in there. It will make you much faster. Next fill, at the bottom, I think I'm gonna start at 115 again, simply because this pipe is getting pretty hot. But if I see that it's digging way too much in there, I'm gonna just turn it down 5. But I think 115 from 6 to about halfway should do it. Then I'm gonna crank it back up, and I should be flush, and we'll be ready to cap. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cap. You can use 1/8 to cap. Me personally, I'm gonna use a 332. I prefer it to 332. I think it looks better. But at the end of the day, it's your preference. Sometimes I do cap with 1/8. But today's video, I'm gonna do a 2B cap with my 332 rod. I'm currently running at 80 amps. We're gonna start there and tweak it as we go and see how it comes out. But let's jump into it. Whenever you cap, you gotta follow that line. You don't wanna go over it because now the cap's gonna be too wide. Whenever you get to your left side, as soon as you see that groove, that's where you stop. I ran my first bead. You want to keep it about halfway to the pipe, like I did right here. So now I'm about to throw my other bead, same technique, about halfway here, all the way to your line. Kind of you do Z's traveling up. And 80 amps is a pretty good temperature, feels really good. So let's go ahead and finish it up. Okay, man, I finished up. I hope y'all liked it. I did a 2B cap. Like I was saying, you don't want to be too heavy, and you don't want to have no undercut. You want to keep it about this much right here, no more than what it is now. You know, all the way uniform. Like I said, about halfway to the pipe. You don't want to be too wide. You know, about 1/8. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope y'all like my videos. If y'all do, let them know, bring me back, or leave a comment. Say y'all want me back. If y'all don't, that's cool too. So make sure you check me out on TheWeldLab. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Well, there you have it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video from my boy Rico from TheWeldLab. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out his channel also on TheWeldLab. Make sure to subscribe to him. Give him some support, guys. Okay, and I appreciate everything. I appreciate you guys for getting us where we're at right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.